bench.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment.
If I told you that Chicago Sky fans went from Angel Reese's the future to can we get a refund in emotional stability faster than her box score went negative after accruing the worst plus-minus in the entire WNBA, they would also be questioning their own life decisions. Did the Sky draft a baller or a walking turnover machine? If so, buckle up, because this meltdown would make a soap opera seem like a meditation retreat.
Angel Reese picking up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA records, but unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss, 99-74. The Chicago Sky, you're seeing that right.
No, it's not a tornado warning that has caused Chicago Sky supporters to go into full-blown breakdown mode. Rather, it's because they've finally accepted the possibility that Angel Reese could be the basketball equivalent of a turnover in sneakers. This week's fan base's emotional breakdown has been so severe that you would think the team signed a traffic cone by mistake, but they actually drafted one and gave her her own locker and personalized nameplate instead.
There is a true crash out in the Angel Reese congregation. The Angel Reese congregation is losing their minds. The podcasters are losing their minds. I have seen video comments. The fans of Chicago are trying to fire the coach. They're now finally calling out Angel Reese for her lack of fundamental skills. And after we witnessed what we witnessed last night in that one specific clip, holy Lord, it is getting worse.
Let's begin with the WNBA's worst plus-minus, which is right, Angel, and the most cruel statistic in basketball history. Fans are observing Reese play and wondering, wait, is she secretly a double agent for the other team? Because she is not only having difficulty, but is also changing the definition of what it means to blow a stat sheet. Since the opponent is now benefiting from whatever tactics she is employing, she is not even padding statistics. Instead, she is removing them like spring cleaning.
Angel Reese, that was the worst game I have ever seen her play.
Reese, Angela, as if things couldn't get any more crazy, the fans started using sarcasm as weapons. One of the more seasoned veterans said, I tried to buy an Angel Reese jersey online, but I couldn't get it in the basket. That was the worst game I've ever seen her play. That joke is performing better statistically than her field goal percentage. Another person commented, I'm waiting for her to accuse the fans of racism for observing that she plays defense like a confused traffic cone. It's a new level of irony when your own fans are making fun of you like a Thanksgiving turkey and somehow manage to garner more negative attention on social media than her entire offensive performance.
Look, we got to be honest about Angel Reese here. We've got to be honest. She can't score layups. That's a fact.
The sad thing is that this hasn't even been a sudden nosedive. Rather, it's been a slow, spiraling decline from a very shaky altitude. Remember last season, when Angel Reese abruptly vanished down the stretch, poof gone, and what happened to the Chicago Sky? Oh, yeah, they started winning again. It's almost like she's a reverse Lucky Charm. When she's on the court, the scoreboard slides into misery, and when she's not, Magic Flow Points wins. Who would have guessed?
Did Angel Reese break? I didn't say it was a good record. I never said that. Shout out to you, Priceless. I missed this. Historically bad shootings with a E emoji. Angel Reese goes 0 for 7 from within 4 feet of the basket to tie most misses from that distance in the WNBA over the past 10 seasons.
What's puzzling is that Angel Reese didn't enter the league quietly. Rather, she bounded in with more fanfare than a Marvel movie trailer. Her self-comparisons were rife, her ego was bigger, and she managed to have the same impact as a folding chair. Given the way she refuses to pass 4 wide-open teammates on the perimeter, who are all waving like they're hailing cabs during a blackout, and the fact that she's throwing up bricks like it's a masonry workshop. Let's not just miss shots, it's missed opportunities, missed IQ, and missed growth. Angel Reese has transformed the paint into a construction zone, and every time she drives, fans hold their breath not out of excitement, but out of fear that someone might be hurt by the ricochet off the backboard. Some fans are even pleading with her to sit out the game again so they can watch it, but perhaps we're all being too critical. Perhaps she's just experimenting. Perhaps this is performance art. Or perhaps she's not playing basketball, but rather challenging our idea of what basketball even is. Perhaps she's a philosopher posing as a power forward, or perhaps she's still living in the delusion that stat padding on a losing team somehow equates greatness. Because the truth is that you can't pad stats if your stats aren't even soft, they're jagged, hostile, as if numbers could punch you in the face.
So much last year that this was a player that was on the level of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has a bad day, goes 11, 6, and 4, foul trouble. Angel Reese on the same day has the worst day of her life.
It's funny because there are rookies in the league who are learning too, but their stat sheets don't look like a math error. It's not about being young. It's about refusing to change. It's about entering the league with more tweets than footwork drills and expecting people to ignore you when you're playing like a YMCA regular, even though you can see it in your body language. And then there's the media circus every time someone dares to criticize her. It's like watching a teenager get kicked off their phone because of the annoyance, pouting, and eye rolls. She would be MVP if confidence without skill were a sport, but instead we get the same old bravado with no backup. Where's the fight? Where is the accountability? After losing to players who don't even have a shoe deal, one would expect at least a hint of humility. And we haven't even discussed the defense. What defense? Angel Reese plays defense as if she's just walking by. Oh, there's a drive to the basket. Good luck, sis. Oh, someone's open for 3. That's your moment to pose for the cameras. Her rotations are so late, even dial-up internet is making fun of her. She acts like she's allergic to contesting shots, she says, jogging back when someone blows past her like it's a Sunday walk in the park.
I mean, I hate to see it, honestly. Like, I wish her stats was better. Honestly, I really wish her stats was better, so I'd be like, word, definitely a Caitlin Clark competition, let's go. But you really not doing me or anybody else that wants you to do good any kind of favors with stat lines like this.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese.
Great rebounder. Pass the ball. That's all you got to do. Get assists. You be like the double-double of assists and rebounds. You ain't got to worry about the points. Have your teammates score. I don't understand. I ain't hating. It would be a lovely fucking competition. You know what I mean? But
however, it's a historic turnaround that at least the fans are gradually awakening, painfully as when you realize your favorite band lip syncs. The same supporters who formerly cried for a Reese are now tweeting bench her before she breaks the scoreboard. People in Chicago Sky fans turning on their supposed savior faster than she turned the ball over. Even the merch sales have gone silent. That's how you know it's real. The Sky front office has to be sweating bullets. They bet big on a name, not a game, and now they're sitting courtside watching a PR disaster unfold in slow motion. Every time Angel touches the ball, the tension in the arena could be cut with a butter knife. Is she going to shoot? Yes. Should she? Never. Will it go? And not unless there's divine intervention. We're also seeing the fallout in the locker room. Don't be fooled by the fake smiles and rehearsed interviews. Chemistry doesn't lie, and nothing kills team vibes faster than someone hogging the ball, missing layups, ignoring open shooters, and then blaming the system. It's not the system, it's not the refs, it's not the coach. Sometimes the answer is painfully simple. It's you.
When it comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't start improving basketball-wise, there's not going to be much of a rivalry left because Caitlin Clark has owned her so far.
And before anyone pulls the "she brings fans to the game" card, sure, so does a clown at a birthday party, but at some point you want to see basketball, not balloon animals. Spectacle doesn't win championships, substance does, and right now the only substance Angel is offering is pure, unfiltered frustration. It's a shame, really. The league could have used her energy, the charisma, the flair. But what we got instead is a walking TikTok highlight reel with no actual highlights, a viral machine without virality. A player who's mastered the art of staying trending for all the wrong reasons. Every game she plays isn't just a matchup, it's a masterclass in how not to transition to the pros, and the scary part, this might just be the beginning. If there's no course correction, no reflection, no growth, then brace yourselves, because the spiral is going to get steeper. The fans already see it, the coach probably sees it, and the opponents, oh, they're circling like sharks every time Angel Reese steps on that court. She's not just battling defenders, she's battling expectations. She inflated comparisons, and she encouraged, now they're backfiring, and the WNBA isn't the kind of league where you get to bluff your way through a season. Eventually the truth shows up on the scoreboard, in the box score, and in the eyes of disappointed fans.
Comes to the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, let this fact sink in. If Reese didn't miss her layups and become a rebound merchant, she would get a lot less criticism. This rivalry would also be a lot better because the two could compete. And if she doesn't
And before anyone pulls the "she brings fans to the game" card, sure, so does a clown at a birthday party, but at some point you want to see basketball, not balloon animals. Spectacle doesn't win championships, substance does, and right now the only substance Angel is offering is pure, unfiltered frustration. It's a shame, really. The league could have used her energy, the charisma, the flair. But what we got instead is a walking TikTok highlight reel with no actual highlights, a viral machine without virality. A player who's mastered the art of staying trending for all the wrong reasons. Every game she plays isn't just a matchup, it's a masterclass in how not to transition to the pros, and the scary part, this might just be the beginning. If there's no course correction, no reflection, no growth, then brace yourselves, because the spiral is going to get steeper. The fans already see it, the coach probably sees it, and the opponents, oh, they're circling like sharks every time Angel Reese steps on that court. She's not just battling defenders, she's battling expectations. She inflated comparisons, and she encouraged, now they're backfiring, and the WNBA isn't the kind of league where you get to bluff your way through a season. Eventually the truth shows up on the scoreboard, in the box score, and in the eyes of disappointed fans.
Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. I think there's only 40 minutes in a pretend basketball game, which is 40 minutes too many. But in 27 minutes, Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
Where do we go from here? Well, Chicago might need to make some hard decisions. Bench time, maybe trade talks, possibly self-awareness workshop, desperately needed, because you can only watch a brick wall crumble on itself so many times before realizing this wasn't a building, it was a facade. Angel Reese came into the WNBA with all eyes on her, and now she's showing us what happens when hype meets brutal reality. The question is, will she rise to the occasion, or continuing pulling the sky down with her? Supporters aren't waiting around to find out, they're already leaving ship. Oh, but it just keeps going better or worse, depending on whether you're Angel Reese or, well, anyone with functional basketball IQ. Let's talk about plus minus, the stat that distinguishes the grown-ups from the box score illusionists. Angel Reese somehow managed to record the worst plus minus in the entire WNBA, and that's not even a punchline, it's her stat line. You've got to truly commit to being horrible on both sides of the floor to pull it off. Offense, non-existent; defense, this isn't just a lousy game, it's performance art, a full-fledged interpretative dance called optional team morale held hostage. Why am I here at all?
First thing I want to focus on is this right here, okay? Now, she only did this one time, but I do not want to see her doing this in any other game, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at what happened. All right, she gets the rebound, she goes up, misses it, good fight, gets the rebound again, Okay, we're going in. That was a good look. Gets the rebound again, goes up again, misses it, get blocked. Now we're trying to go up again, gets blocked. Like, this is what I don't want to see. Okay, now, first attempt, okay, right? First attempt, all right, whatever. Boom, you get it right here. Now, honestly, in my opinion, give the ball back to the top of the key, all right?
And Chicago fans are finally catching up. May God bless them for trying to hope, which they did. They bought the hype, the t-shirts, and the glamour shots, and they watched in anticipation of the next WNBA sensation's ascent. Instead, they received a lesson in disappointment, complete with missed layups and zero